Hey guys, Christian here. Big day yesterday for Luna. Luna got core audio native mode. So basically now you can use Luna without any Apollo attached to your system, which is amazing and something I've been asking for a long time. There was a lot of doubters out there who didn't think that a UA was ever going to implement this, but I thought it was pretty obvious that they were going to go in that direction. If you look at what they're doing with Spark, with their DSP plugins all going native, they're also starting to sell non-DSP interfaces like the Volt. So it made sense to me that eventually they're going to make Luna a native DAW that's gonna compete and rival other big DAWs like Pro Tools, Logic, Ableton, and I think eventually Luna's going to be on top in the top position as far as DAWs go. For me, it's number one. It's the only DAW I use these days. Anyways, I'm so stoked that we can now use Luna. Us Apollo owners can use Luna without our Apollos, which means we can mix it on the couch, we can mix in the car, we can mix on the plane, on vacation. We don't have to take our Apollos with us and carry around a power supply and all that kind of stuff. So this is amazing for those of you who like to mix on the road like I do. And yeah, super stoked. And we also have import session data, which is another amazing feature they just added. And that allows you to import tracks, effects, track settings, session settings from another project into the current project that you're working on. You can also load effects right onto a track. So basically you can have like a channel strip set up in another session and import that directly onto one of your tracks that you're currently working on. So if, for example, in another session you have like a vocal chain that you set up that you love and you want to put it on the current vocal you're working on, well, you can do that just by importing session data. Import that track right on top of the current vocal track you're working on, and that all those vocal effects, all those effects will go right onto that channel. And so it's a really cool way, another way of setting up like a template. So you can have templates for different instruments inside of another session and just import those right on top of the tracks you're working on when you're first starting out a mix, for example. Amazing feature. And a few other things they added. Luna now has a buffer settings. You can use Luna now with any interface, any core audio based interface. You could use it on your laptop with no interface at all. Just use the built-in the sound card that's built in. You can use your AirPods. Just connect your AirPods via Bluetooth with your laptop and start mixing in Luna. It's amazing. Some people have this weird idea that Luna is dead or it's going away, and it's totally the opposite. Luna is going to blow up. It's going to be huge. It's going to have a huge customer base. And just to remind you, I also teach a class on Luna at udemy.com. So check out my class at Udemy if for those of you that are just starting out with Luna and you want like an instructor guided course like mine. Check it out, udemy.com/Luna Masterclass. Okay. There's also a link in the description of this video that'll link you directly to there. So check that out. And yeah, so I'm just going to go over some of these features really quick, just show you what they look like and how to use them. So let's take a look. So going over here into settings, right here in the hardware settings, you'll see some new stuff here. Specifically, you can see the audio device. You can now change it from Apollo to core audio. And so if I go ahead and do that, I currently have a session loaded, so it's going to reload my session. So every time you switch the audio device, it's going to reload your session. So now you'll see I have core audio selected, and you'll see every device or aggregate device that I have available here. So I can use, like right now I have it set to Mac Pro speakers. So right now if I play my session in Luna, it's going to play it through the Mac speakers instead of going through the Apollo first. It's pretty cool. So you could even you could hook up your AirPods if you want, and you could listen, use that as the output. So you could listen directly. You can monitor with your AirPods or just your regular headphones plugged directly into your laptop if you're using a laptop or whatever you're using. So the other thing, the other new setting is we got a buffer size, and this works both if you have Core Audio device selected or the Apollo selected. So now you can adjust your buffer size to be smaller or larger. So if you want less latency when you're tracking or you're using a virtual instrument and you're playing and you want less latency, you can select small. I'm not sure what the exact buffer setting numbers are for these small and large. I had to find that out. But anyways, so yeah, if you're tracking, you want to set it to small, and if you're just mixing and stuff, you want to leave it at large or default. I think large is default. And the only thing to be aware of is that if you select small, it's gonna take a little bit more of resources from your computer on the CPU. It'll take more of a CPU hit. Okay. And also, whatever Core Audio device you select here, if you go over to I/O settings, you'll see the I/O for that device over here. Just wanted to show you really quick how cool the import session data is. So yeah, I've got a mix loaded up here. It's just a rock mix. So I've got a guitar here. Let's see. I got a guitar track here. So I just wanted to show you what the import session data is like. I'm just going to get rid of all of the stuff that's on this track. So I'm just going to remove everything off this. Okay. And okay. So we just got a real dry electric guitar track here. Okay. So let's say I have a really cool electric guitar effects chain already set up in another session. So what I'll do is go I'll go File, Import Session. You can also get to that import session just by hitting Option I. Okay, and actually what I'm gonna do, so you can import data from another session. You could even import data from the current session, but a previous version. So if, for example, you changed all of your settings and you want to just go back to the settings just for this one track, and that's actually a use case that happens quite a bit to me, is I'll start tweaking something, I'll end up not liking the new version, but just that one track, not the whole mix. So what you can do, for example, right here, this is the same session right here, and I'm going to go back to a session from earlier today, to a version from earlier today. And I'm going to go import session data, and then I'm going to find that fuzz drive copy right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to say match. Now, when I do this, you're going to notice a couple of things. You're going to see that it gives you a preview of what it's going to import. So you'll see over here that it's going to import all of those effects, this whole effects channel strip onto this track. The other thing is because I have this checked, audio and track versions, it's also going to import the audio on top of this, which I don't want to do in this case. So I'll uncheck that. So you'll see that goes away. Another cool feature of this is if you do import the audio, up here you'll see import range. You can turn that on and off. But if you have it on, you can tell Luna to just import by clicking and dragging in this import range. You can say, okay, I just want to import this little piece of the audio on top of this. So that's cool. Let me show you one other thing. Let's see. Like, for example, if I can, let's check this out. Let me hit cancel this. Let me just cancel this. Let me show you if for example, let me delete this. This is just another copy of this guitar. So if I delete that part and then I go into, go back to import, and I just want to import, let's see, fuzz drive, no, not that one, this one. Okay, so you'll see here I have the previous version that has the whole thing. If I just want to import that little piece right in between, and I just go ahead and click import, and you'll see it added that audio there, and it added the all the effect settings from the previous version. So that's a really cool way of importing data from your other sessions, and you've got a lot of different options here. You can import the tempo and time signature, the markers, the tape machine settings, the track settings, of course. You can import automation if you have automation that you want to import from the other session, and also you can import versions. So if you want, instead of just importing it directly onto the timeline, you can select new version right here and just import an older version or a different version of onto the timeline here. So for example, just go here and click import, and you'll see it added a new version there. So I've got the old version and then the new version here. Just FYI, it seems like, for some reason, the import range, if you're doing a new version, that's not quite working. That might be a bug, I noticed. So if I try to import a new version of this track, but just select a import range, it just imports the entire thing. So I don't know if that's a bug or what. The other cool thing in this version is now you can switch back and forth between your native UADx versions of your plugins from Spark, or you can switch between that and your DSP versions. So for example, let's load up, let's see, Galaxy Tape Echo right here. So you'll see right up here in this plus sign, processing, you can now switch between UADx and UAD-2. So you can switch back and forth. And another cool thing is that if you record enable this track and you have ARM selected, let's see, I have it selected to UADx. If I record enable that, it will automatically, as you see, it changed it to the DSP version when I hit record. And if I take record off, it puts it back into the UADx version, native version. So you can switch back and forth when you hit record. It'll switch back and forth automatically between the DSP version and the native version, which is pretty sick. So yeah, amazing new features in Luna. I can't wait to see what else is in store. Don't forget to check out my class at Udemy. Like and subscribe below, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.